We have Ashley Saborit, owner of AshTags Writing Services, joining us now with tips on how to make both stand out. Thank you so much for being here. This is, I think this is an ever-evolving type subject, where resume and cover letter writing isn't what it was, 20, 30 years ago. So when creating your resume, what is the most important thing we should be thinking about?
The first thing you want to focus on when creating a resume or cover letter is the way it looks. It's 2020. People are able to apply online for jobs, so you're competing with thousands of people sometimes, and it takes the hiring manager 10 seconds to decide just off of the way it looks whether or not they're going to proceed, whether you're qualified or not.
So when you say the way it looks, are we talking like font or like color paper or something?
It's color, the template that you're choosing to use, the size of your font, whether or not you have a picture on your resume. A lot of different aesthetics that play a major part in whether or not you'll be selected.
All right, let's talk about cover letters then. This is the part that gave me the most anxiety when I was coming out of college looking for a job because I never felt I was a good writer. How important are cover letters and what should they include?
I always tell any clients that I have that cover letters are the most important part. We can make a resume for you, but if you and I have the exact same qualifications and you have a resume and I have a resume and a cover letter, and my cover letter goes into detail about why I'm a better candidate, why I'm the best selection, why I'm going to be an asset to the company, I've sold myself better than you have with just a resume.
Okay, I get that. So then let's go back to the resume then again. You were just talking, it's 2020, which is hard to believe still for me. What does the 2020 modern resume contain? I mean, it used to just our contact information, our experience, and education, what does that now contain?
It contains, like how we talked about the look of the resume. You used to just get on Microsoft Word and you would type your name with a couple of bullets.
Template,
and it would be the end of it. And now you want to make sure first it's visually appealing. And then the next thing that you want to focus on is knowing that you are keeping up with what other candidates are keeping up with. So I always recommend add your LinkedIn profile, add your Twitter handle, add different things that would give a hiring manager a different side of who you are outside of just applying.
Kind of like a snapshot into our life then, So what about using like powerful verbs? What are some examples of some powerful verbs we should use?
So instead of saying I started, you would say I initiated. Instead of saying that you explained to someone, you would say that I advised. If you created something, then you produced it. If you worked with someone, then you collaborated. You want to make sure you use things that definitely stand out.
Business lingo.
Yes.
Okay, I gotcha. And then what are some no-nos and what should we remove from our resume? I know we put a couple of different graphics up there here a moment ago, but...
The first no-no, of course, is anything that isn't honest. You want to make sure you don't put anything that is not a fact on your resume. I also try to tell people you want to keep your resume short and sweet. If you can keep everything on one page, then keep it at one page. And then most importantly, on a resume, do not put your job descriptions. You want to make it achievement oriented. How did you increase or how did you make what you did better? How were you important to the company that you were at?
Okay, so like I was employed at X company for sales and I increased growth profits for the last 3 years, not just this company's sales, Okay.
Exactly.
Well, good tips there. Any just final notes you want to leave us with here before we got to let you go? Because I really appreciate your time. What about do you have any tips for like phone interviews or some of those initial contacts you might have with a future employer?
Phone interviews are very popular now. I would recommend that you treat it just like an in-person interview. You want to be distraction-free. You want to practice before you get on the phone. Phone etiquette is real.
Yes.
Having phone etiquette, research the company, make sure you know in detail the job that you've applied for, use some of the qualifications that they've requested in the application in your conversation.
All right, well, good tips there. Hopefully some people have been watching it. They're going to use those tips and land that great new job here for 2020. It still sounds weird to say 2020, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I almost wrote 2019.
Ashley, appreciate your time here today. Thank you very much.